Hello everybody and welcome to the YouTube channel. This is the first video where I have talked ever. If you want to like and subscribe, that would be great. Let's get into the video on how to do the clip shift, which you saw in the intro. Alright, so this can be used as a color change or a card control, as I showed you. But for this one, I'm going to show you how to do it as a card control because it's a little bit easier, but the same stuff pretty much applies for doing it as a color change. It'll just be a little bit harder. So I'll explain that now. So what you're going to do is, if you're using it as a card control, which is what I'm going to teach here, you're going to dribble the cards. You're going to tell the spectator to tell you when to stop. Let's say they told you stop here. You're going to take the card, and it looks like you're just putting it down like this, and basically, I didn't actually do it, but then it's going to go to the top, and that's what's happening. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. First, what you're going to do is dribble the cards until they say when to stop, because it's easier to do this with less of the deck, which is why it's easier to do as card control. You're going to have your thumb about halfway up the deck and your three fingers at around this much of an angle, maybe 45 degrees, and your pointer finger right on here. It's kind of easy to have it like this, but I actually like to have it like this until I'm getting the card, which is when I'm gonna need to flick it. So you're gonna dribble the deck. They tell you to stop. They look at the card, and now here's what you're gonna do. You want to have these three fingers down pretty far, so that you can have your pinky and ring finger grab this card like this. That's why it's called the clip shift, because you're clipping it, and they can't see that from here. If you just hold it straight on, you're gonna push. Let me redo that. So you're gonna dribble the cards like this. You're gonna show them their card, the King of Hearts. You're gonna tilt it like this, but while you're doing that, you're clipping it with your pinky and ring finger, and you're going to use your pointer finger to just kind of push this a little bit when you need to. Just a little bit though, not as much as I showed just now. That's a little bit exaggerated because they don't want to. You want it to look like nothing is happening. So you'll take you'll take your two fingers. Sorry, I can't talk. Clip the card, which it'll just look like this if you have the right angles. You're pushing this with this finger. When the card comes up, I'll show it a little bit faster, but so that you guys can see it. See, so this is happening. When the card comes up, you're gonna want to use right here, this part between the two joints of your pointer finger of your right hand. If you're right-handed, then you'll be doing it exactly how I do, holding the top part with the right hand and the bottom part with the left hand. If you're the left-handed, it will be opposite, okay? So, dribbling, clipping the card, pushing it like that, and then you're gonna use that little part on your finger to just kind of flick it up. You're not going to extend your whole finger like that though. It's kind of hard to do it slow, and especially when you haven't built up the muscle yet, which I'm not the best at this, but Jason Maher, the magician, he has a very good tutorial on it, so I recommend, if you want to learn this a little bit better, once you're done watching this video, go to his video, because he teaches it really well, and that's how I originally learned it. So you're clipping it, kind of pushing the deck a little bit, and then I'm showing it from an exposed view. Obviously, you don't want to show them this. Bringing it up with this finger. Boom. Like that. And it's also easier for the for a card control, because when you're doing a color change, I'll do it kind of slowly, you don't really drop the deck into your other hand. If you did drop the deck into your other hand though, that would make it a little bit easier. That was very sloppy. But it looks better when you don't. I'm doing it slowly so you guys can see. Yeah, it's pretty much impossible to do slow, so you're gonna do this. Boom. Grab it. And then put it down. You could also dribble the cards down. So it would look like this if you're going regular speed. That was a little bit sloppy, but yeah, you get the point. So yeah, and trust me, this is not something you can get right away. This is gonna take probably weeks, no matter what you do, maybe more, because you just have to build up those specific muscles and stretches in your fingers to be able to do this exact thing. So it will take a while, but one day it will definitely click if you practice enough. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. Like the video and subscribe if you want more. A side note, actually, as I'm editing this video, number one, if you were wondering, that was kind of bad, but pay no mind to it. If you're wondering the cards I was using, these are the red aviators. And number two, a tip for the clip shift. When you're doing it, it's something to make it easier. This is kind of hard to do with the aviators because they're like plastic, basically. So they don't really bend very easily. But while you're doing it, just kind of give the cards a good bend with your pointer finger while you're clipping that card out, and it'll make it a lot easier.